Hey everybody, welcome back to So Awkward. It's me, Don, and today we're going to talk about Star Trek Discovery, Episode 3, Context is King. I think that's the name of the title. Not sure what it means. I didn't really understand anything in this episode. I'm still on the fence about this one, but I'm leaning towards I don't really like it.
You're watching So Awkward. This is Freddy Krueger saying hi.
It premieres Sunday nights, and it's now, I'm recording this on Wednesday. I wanted to watch it again. I wanted to watch it twice because it's a really weird and confusing and mysterious episode, either intentionally or because it was poorly written and directed, I'm not sure. But the CBS All Access streaming service is so bad, I literally couldn't watch it a second time. On my Roku, it kept buffering and crashing, literally crashing the Roku. And I tried watching it on my Kindle, and it kept buffering every 5 seconds. And it would have taken me 4 hours to watch a 1 hour episode. It worked fine, pretty fine. I mean, it was a little buffering when I watched it Sunday night. I was in my apartment. Now I'm not at home. I'm staying somewhere else. So it's possibly their internet connection, but everything else works fine. Netflix, HBO Now, Hulu, haven't had any problems. CBS All Access, literally unable to watch a single episode. But I did watch it, and it was really, really boring. I think it was a little more interesting than the first 2 episodes. We finally see the Discovery. We meet the captain, played by Jason Isaacs, a great, great, great actor who's okay here. He did a really good job with what he was given, but the character is a little weird and kind of boring, and he's doing it with like a southern accent, which I thought was strange. I've never seen Jason Isaacs not have a British accent, but he did very well. He's good. We met the security officer. I don't remember her name, but it's played by actress Rekha Sharma. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I've loved Rekha Sharma for years. She's beautiful and she's a great actress. I think I first saw her maybe on Smallville or Battlestar Galactica. She's on John Doe. She is one of those actresses who appears here and there. She's Indian. She's Canadian, but she's of Indian descent. So she's usually playing like a scientist or a doctor. I'm not being racist. The film industry is racist. But she's one of those actresses, or actors, she's one of those actors who's always better than the small parts she's given. And I'm very excited to see her as a regular on a big profile TV show. Because she's great. And I might keep watching just because I like her. And for Jason Isaacs. Doug Jones is back as that weird alien whose name I don't remember, his race I don't remember. There was another character, like the red-headed, weird Barkley type. I think her name was Tilly. The actress did a really good job with this weird, kind of intentionally off-putting character. She was... It was a good performance for an interesting, intriguing character that you don't see too often in Star Trek, except for Barkley, the weird social outcast. And then there was like some science officer who was a jerk, and I don't remember him. And then there's, what's her name, Sonequa Green Martin as Michael Burnham, the mutineer, the star of the show. She did better in this one than she did. Like, I watched the first 2 episodes and I thought, wow, she's a really bad actress. But also Michelle Yeoh was really bad, and I know that she is a good actress, so it made me think, oh, maybe they just have a really terrible director. She's better in this, but her character is still off-putting and unlikable, which I think is their intention. But I don't care what their intention is. If you intend to make a character that's unlikable, I'm still not going to like it, and I still am expected to watch an episodic series about this character who I don't like. There's probably going to be some story arc where she turns into a hero and she's vindicated and she's right in the end. But that's a lot to ask. 3 episodes in and I still don't like her at all. Not a fault of the actress, who was very talented. We can talk about what happened in the first couple episodes where it's not even a mutiny. Because I think in order to officially be a mutiny, you have to have a mob behind you. She was just one person who's attacked her captain. They come across in the first episode, they come across the Klingons, and then she does this weird mind meld with Sarek, her adopted father, over millions of miles, which is ridiculous, but whatever, okay. And then she says, "Oh, hey, when the Vulcans encountered Klingons, what do you guys do? Like, what do you do?" And he said, "Oh, first they attacked us, and then since then, every time that a Vulcan ship sees a Klingon ship, we just fire on them and we fight them." So, and he said, "That's what you got to do. They only respect force." So then she tells her captain, Michelle Yeoh, like, "Oh, here's what we got to do. I just talked to my father. I know he's on Vulcan. Don't worry about that. And I know the phones are down. But he told me that what we need to do is to shoot at him. So let's do it." And then Michelle Yeoh's like, "No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to just shoot on this ship that we don't know anything about." And she's like, "No, we have to. Like, my dad said we had to do it." And it's just this awful, stupid scene. So freaking ridiculous and just impossible to believe. And everybody watching is like, "No, Sarek's an idiot. That makes no sense. If you shoot on the Klingon ship, they will shoot back. And regardless of what happens, you're going to start a war." And so she attacks Michelle Yeoh. She does like the Vulcan neck pinch on her, and she tries to take over the ship. So that was why she's in jail at the start of this episode, for this incredibly stupid frickin' scene that makes absolutely no sense. Makes no sense within the context of Star Trek. Makes no sense within the context of this particular series. It was poorly written and stupid. So then it turns out that the captain, I think his name was Lorca or something like that, Jason Isaacs, arranged for her to become a prisoner on his ship. But the reason she was in a prison transport ship that the captain died in some freak accident. So did Captain Lorca kill? I don't know what they were implying with that. Didn't make any sense. But anyway, so they're on this top secret ship that's on this top secret mission to create some kind of new warp drive, or I don't know. And she's some kind of smart person, and for some reason they need her. For some reason she's the only person who, did they establish she was a scientist in the first episode? That I don't know. Or she's like knows about mushroom warp drives or whatever the hell was going on. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I think they are making it some kind of top secret espionage storyline to explain why nobody in later series of Star Trek ever discussed, because it's all top secret and maybe Kirk doesn't even know about it. I don't know. All I know is it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's hard to follow, and it's just really boring. I didn't love it. There was some neat action. There was like a big monster that Michael Burnham had to fight, and that was neat. The look of the ship looks okay. I like it better than it looks a little less like, it looks more like a set than in the first episode, like the Shenzhou. Like it all looked like a video game. This looked like real sets. Like they went to the cargo bay and it looked really cool. And it looked like a set. But I didn't really like any of the characters. And there's one scene, I guess the captain, Jason Isaacs, he's got like bad eyes. He's got like some kind of like something to do with his eyes, so he needs low light in his office. So she goes in, and they make a point where he talks about, "Yeah, sorry about the lighting. I had something with my eyes," and they show his eyes, and they look weird. More high tech than Geordi's like banana clip, but whatever. And so he's like explaining why it's so dark in his office. But as a viewer, I'm thinking every frickin' scene in the show is dark. The bridge is dark. The lighting in this scene is identical to the lighting in every other scene, so I don't know why you're making a big deal. Whatever. So that's episode 3. Context is for kings or something like that. It still doesn't feel like Star Trek. It's a neat space series. Visually, it looks great. The cast is very good. It doesn't feel like Star Trek, and it just doesn't feel really interesting. But as a lot of people have pointed out in the comments of my first review, the first couple seasons of every Star Trek show, except for the original series, arguably the first season is its best, but all Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine in particular, their first 2 seasons really are awful. But at least they're a little more fun and a little more interesting. Like their actual stories, like, oh, I understand what this story's about, and the characters are all really good. Like the characters immediately are interesting. Even like the first episode of like Enterprise, Broken Bow. You come away from that, Travis is the pilot. He grew up in space. He's a boomer. Oh, Trip Tucker, he's the funny Southern engineering genius. You know, I don't know. I vaguely, like, Sharma. Oh, she said she was a security officer, and I guess I saw her with a gun at one point. But that was, I don't know. I don't really know anything about these characters. Oh, Jason Isaacs has bad eyes. That's not really a character detail. That's more of just like an excuse to have dim lighting that they already have. But anyway, I've talked enough about this show that I'm neither telling you to avoid nor am I recommending. But I am saying be wary of this CBS All Access thing. And if I have problems watching episode 4 this coming Sunday, I'll probably cancel it. Because I don't mind paying, because it's only $6 a month. I don't mind paying to watch, I get 4 episodes of the show for $6 each month. I don't mind paying to enjoy something. I'm not going to pirate it. But if I'm paying for it, it sure better work. That's not asking a lot, is it? Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And Nanu Nanu. Hey everybody, welcome back to So Awkward. It's me, Don, and today we're going to talk about